Once more, but with less feeling. Welcome to Watch Mojo UK, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 biggest moments of overacting by British actors.
Where's the trigger? Where is it? Where is it?
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we'll be looking at the big screen moments where UK actors hammed it up a little too much. While Britain has long been home to some of the globe's finest thespians, even the best of them can be guilty of going a tad overboard at times. Okay, perhaps maybe more than a tad.
I'm the juggernaut, bitch!
Number 10, Ian McDiarmid fighting Mace Windu, Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. The Star Wars prequels revealed a shady politician to be the galaxy's ultimate evil. Some things never change.
I shouldn't. Do it.
In the original trilogy, it was long assumed that Emperor Palpatine's grotesque facial features were down to his extreme old age.
You have lost.
No. No. No.
After all, who could have predicted he'd had his face melted by his own force lightning, courtesy of Samuel Jackson? It was in that very scene where Palpatine actor Ian McDiarmid threw subtleness by the wayside and gloriously hammed it up to 10 for his brutal transformation. Number 9, Michael Sheen's Giggle, The Twilight Saga Breaking Dawn Part 2. While the UK's screen talent are a largely well-respected lot, there's no shortage of brilliant British actors who decided to let it all hang out as the villain of a Hollywood blockbuster.
Oh my.
The Twilight Saga knew its target audience and was never trying to win any Academy Awards, so why wouldn't Michael Sheen want to have some fun with the role of vampire Big Bad Arrow?
I'd like to meet her.
His overenthusiastic laugh upon meeting a mortal/immortal hybrid girl is one of the series' highlights, even if it wasn't intended to be.
I hear a strange heart.
Number 8, Kenneth Branagh crashing the party, Wild Wild West. Who do you cast as a rambunctious southern villain who's still bitter from backing the losing side in the American Civil War? Why, Sir Kenneth Branagh, of course.
Don't you just hate that song?
The British actor and director was barely recognisable in the role, and not just because the lower half of his body was missing, replaced by mechanical spider legs at one point.
Now, was it someone particularly close to you who perished in that military action?
Clearly they nailed the Old West aesthetic. No scene spotlighted Kenneth's bravado more than his introduction into the movie, where he chews all the scenery in sight.
That comes Shivu. Let the party begin!
Number 7, Ben Kingsley gets angry, Sexy Beast. Despite being an acclaimed Oscar winner, Ben Kingsley has been known to dial it up to the extreme on various occasions.
Why don't you just put the cigarette out?
What's that, Sancho? You want me to cut your hands off, use it as an ashtray?
No one could ever accuse the man of lacking range, mind you, as Sexy Beast's Don Logan is about as far as it gets from playing Gandhi.
Get up, you lazy bastard!
The unhinged London gangster even has the hulking Ray Winston cowering like a frightened puppy in this scene, where Kingsley delivers the full hairdryer treatment. It's an argument unlike any other, as Don defiantly refuses to take no for an answer.
Friday! I won't be there. You will! No, Don. Yes! 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 Yes!
Number 6, Liam Neeson's Pink Elephant, Darkman. Liam Neeson is known for regularly playing calm and collected characters, even when he's telling people he's going to find and kill them. But the Northern Irishman was neither calm nor collected in this 1990s classic.
Maybe I should be wearing a funny little hat. Do you like it?
Before he went on to critical and commercial acclaim with his Spider-Man trilogy, director Sam Raimi introduced audiences to Darkman.
Excuse me.
The film was every bit as violent and cheesy as Raimi's Evil Dead movies, and Neeson had no problem jumping in guns blazing. But it's the pink elephant scene that is the leading example of Liam let completely off the leash.
Take it down. Take it. Take the elephant. Please, no. Forgive me.
Number 5, Gary Oldman wants backup, Leon. Before taking on more nuanced roles later in his career, Gary Oldman was known for loud and fiery performances throughout the 90s, more often than not as a crazed antagonist.
I like these calm little moments before the storm. It reminds me of Beethoven.
Perhaps the most memorable of these portrayals was as corrupt cop Norman Stansfield in Leon.
I've got it. Italian food.
The character is pushed to the edge by Jean Reno's eponymous assassin and reaches a visible breaking point when telling a henchman just exactly how much backup he wants. It doesn't get much louder or clearer than that.
Bring me everyone. What do you mean everyone?
Number 4, John Alderton tries to resist Zardoz. From this scene we can decipher that John Alderton's character, creatively named Friend, hates women and fertility. But most of all, he categorically will not go to the second level. Whatever that is.
I will not go to second level with you.
The hippie-looking cults surrounding him aren't especially happy with that, and the whole thing feels like a glimpse toward a modern-day hipster cafe at brunch. From the film's giant boulder head to the nearly nude and very hairy Sean Connery, we learn nothing. Absolutely nothing. The overacting isn't even out of place in this one.
I wonder what's going on inside your pea brain. I like you, you sly old monster.
Number 3, Jeremy Irons faces the dragon, Dungeons and Dragons. You may have trouble reconciling that this is the same Jeremy Irons that you've seen from literally any other movie.
Destiny!
But fair play to the chap, he could have just sleepwalked through the role to collect a paycheck, but not Jeremy. He bust a gut for this performance and clearly had a ball doing so. The OTT acting nearly manages to distract from the god-awful CGI of the dragon, but not quite.
You don't like that, do you? Good. I could use every ounce of your rage.
The production budget was clearly spent mostly on Irons, and he really gives it some welly.
What have I done?
Number 2, Alan Rickman's relentless fury, Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. Forget Hans Gruber in Die Hard, because was Alan Rickman ever more villainous than he was for this film?
Cancel the kitchen scraps for lepers and orphans. No more merciful beheadings. And call off Christmas.
His casting in the 90s Robin Hood adaptation went a long way toward quelling qualms over the questionable decision to give Kevin Costner the lead role, as Rickman's Sheriff of Nottingham runs riot.
Slade! I'm gonna cut your heart out with a spoon!
And has a blast doing so. Alan totally steals the show with his larger-than-life portrayal of the evil taker of taxes. And oh, don't let him near the cutlery either.
This brigand found. Starve them out. Slaughter the... No!
Number 1, Eddie Redmayne being evil, Jupiter Ascending. The Wachowskis gave us The Matrix, then they gave us, well, this.
Without the application.
Eddie Redmayne is another example of an Academy Award winner who decided to just go bat-dropping crazy for a villain role in a big-budget feature, letting loose as the irresistible Balaam Abrazax. He turns the volume up to 10 here, literally and figuratively, for a burst of sudden energy followed by an unexpected shift.
I create life!
And I destroy it.
It's a far cry from Redmayne's more critically acclaimed roles, and a standard setter for overacting everywhere. Even the melodrama master Nicolas Cage would struggle to match this, and that's saying something.
You begged me to do it!
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo UK, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.